million from councils around Britain trapped in collapsed Icelandic banks, the latest figures could hardly be more stark. But as much, if not more, has been invested by British depositors in Icelandic-owned banks in Guernsey and the Isle of Man. Many are now discovering to their cost that offshore accounts are not covered by Britain's deposit guarantee. If it's not extended, they could lose their life savings. Our North of England correspondent Nick Martin has this report.
They are the way they've been cut off by the mainland. Millions of pounds in the Isle of Man and Guernsey may have been wiped out because of a bank failure, and a refusal by the UK government to step in and guarantee deposits is upsetting investors. Last Wednesday, Icelandic-owned Kolping singer Friedlander, based here in the Isle of Man, stopped trading. Since then, panic has spread throughout its depositors. Anxious emails from around the world, from Australia to Azerbaijan, estimates today that customers could stand to lose between 100 and 200 million pounds. Many UK residents. One of them is Stuart Roberts. He says he's not a fat cat tax evader, but that he raised £300,000 remortgaging 2 houses in order to emigrate to America with his family. He deposited his money in Kolping singer and Friedlander 5 weeks ago. Now he stands to lose £250,000.
If you don't get this money back, what are the consequences of that?
Well, obviously our dream of going to America is ended, and the difficulty we then have is that because of the way that we acquired the funds to fund the visa, I still owe all the money that we borrowed.
If there were problems inside Kolping singer and Friedlander last week, then the management weren't letting on. This email obtained by Channel 4 News was sent by the company's Isle of Man managing director Aidan Doherty to one worried investor seeking reassurance on October the 2nd. In it he talks about increasing liquidity, a very well capitalised bank. Kolping's position is strong, he said. But 6 days later, on October the 8th, the Isle of Man's Financial Supervision Commission suspended Kolping singer and Friedlander's banking licence. When depositors went to access their account, they were met with this message, telling them that the bank had gone into liquidation. This was bad news for Kolping's customers. As offshore investors, they are not protected by the UK's compensation scheme. What's angered many of Kolping's customers is that last week the government promised to guarantee all deposits for customers hit by the failure of Icelandic banks regulated in the UK. But if you have an offshore account in Jersey or Guernsey, there is no depositor protection scheme. In the Isle of Man, the Manx government has introduced a scheme which only protects the first £50,000 of savings. Darren Johnston and his wife Ruth said they saw the recession coming and decided to sell their family caravan park business. They invested the money in Kolping singer and Friedlander.
It's like a bereavement. It's like when you lose someone and then it just gets worse, doesn't it? Every day it gets worse because you just think it's gone.
And then we find out that the UK government are treating the people that have got savings in the Isle of Man like a leper colony. And we've both lived and worked all our lives in the UK. We pay UK taxes. We've never avoided tax in any way, and yet the UK government aren't interested at all.
The Treasury has tonight said that those offshore investors should seek advice from the financial regulators in those areas, but added that it would represent the Isle of Man, Jersey and Guernsey